Today we're going to hook up a Restaurant Electric 451B Music on Hold KTU. First we're going to hook it up to the Restaurant Electric 400D line card. Then we're going to see if it will work on the ITT 400E line card. The 451 is a 40-pin card that provides music on hold for 7 lines. The ITT 403, which I have for the 400E cards, only provides music on hold for 6 lines. And so you would need a 40-pin edge connector. Basically, you have your music source here on pins 35 and 36. So it will go the music outputs. I think that's much zoomed in a little bit better, or focused a little bit better. Basically, you hook it up to the phone company or outside line tip and ring, and then the station tip and ring. So you hook it up for the tip and ring before the card, then the tip and ring after the line card, I should say. And those are the pins that you will need. The pins over here is for the line cards. And here's a 400D card. Usually the Restaurant Electrics are pretty much bulletproof, but the relays, this is a relay, I think it's a reed relay, they have been starting to leak for the last 20 years, and they leak out green goop, and that's hard to clean out, or clean off anything it gets on. But I'm going to be hooking the music source, or the music output from the bogan here. I just don't have enough jumpers for the sandbar card. This is what the music on hold card looks like. These are they're getting hard to find. And this is how the pins are laid out, basically. Let me explain here. Basically, the card mounts like this, normally. So, pins 0 through 19 is on the back of the card. This is the back. And pins 20 to 39 is the front. I guess that's the proper way. I say this is the back of the card. And this is I'm sorry, I had that wrong. Now, did I have that wrong? No. Pins 0 through 19 are here. That's the back. And then pins 20 to 39 are that way. Yeah, 39 will be at the bottom. So pin 20 will start here. 39 will be at the very bottom. So yeah, if it was facing like this, it'd be correct. If I didn't confuse anybody. So let me go ahead and get this hooked up and see what we can accomplish. See how easy this is, how easy that this can be hooked up. I mean, once you kind of understand the numbering scheme here, and then you understand how the pinouts are, So basically, tip and ring on both on both sides of the card, basically, of the line card. And this is the music input. And the coupler, those were used to isolate the customer's music source or anything from the phone company's wiring, which that was kind of scamish, sort of. But let's go ahead and get this hooked up and see what we can accomplish. Okay, I have the 451 card hooked up. I have it hooked up to the Bogan FM receiver, I believe underneath the 1 watt line output. Here's the 451 card, kind of hooked up, rigged up. Basically, you have the tip and ring from the phone company or outside line hooked up, and also the tip and ring from the station hooked up. I have a Restaurant Electric 400D line card to make sure everything's working right before I put a ITT card back in. And once again, this is the schematics. So let's go ahead and test this. It's fairly easy to hook up once you understand how this really operates and how you can read the schematic here. So let's go ahead and see if this works on the other side of the room here. Okay, I'm going to dial the extension for line 1 on my key system. Now, line 1 on my key system automatically grabs a line 1 for the outside line, if that makes sense. It grabs, since it's hooked up behind my Nortel system, it automatically grabs not line 1. And actually, if you can see it, I do it right now. So I'm going to pick up line 1, and it'll grab line 1 automatically. So let's go ahead and dial extension 231, which is line 1. I picked it up. So I did hook up everything correctly according to the schematics using the 451 with the WECO 400D line card. So let's go ahead and see if this will work with the ITT 400E KTUs. Okay, I got the card swapped out to ITT 400E KTU, which is my normal line cards that I use. On the cards, they do have a music on hold option jumper that you must set. So let's go ahead and see if the 451 WECO card will work on the ITT card. So let's go ahead and go across the room. Okay, let's go ahead and dial 231. I'm just doing that to make sure it's on live, you know. No music. I was looking at the ITT schematic, and their music on hold card goes to pin 14, which is the tip side of the phone company or outside line, and then pin 18. But I don't know if pin 18 contains any voltage, because if it does, you certainly do not want to feed that to the 451 card at all and cause damage. You just really don't want to do that. I should maybe take the time and meter that and see if it does, because the Restaurant Electric cards, line cards, do not contain pin 18. Only ITT and the other cards that uses pin 3, which is, I believe, 24 volts. and pin 18 for music on, those two for music on hold, like Stromberg Carlson, GTE, Sandbar. So I believe maybe pin 18 does contain voltage. You know what? I should meter that. Just a second. I metered pin 18 and I didn't get anything. However, I really don't want to take a chance on damaging either the line card or the 451 KTU. I mean, especially the 451. I mean, there's not a whole bunch out there you can just buy off the shelf, or people that have a whole bunch of those suckers. So I really don't want to take the chance of damaging the card that way. So I'm not going to wire it, the 451, to that, because I do believe maybe it does have voltage if the line card is in use. Maybe, because I didn't meter. I didn't think about metering that way. I just metered it not in use. So that could be, also it could have voltage when you switch it, when you push the hold button. It could have voltage that way, because some of the cards are just not plug and play, the music on hold cards, because pin 3 and 18. So 18 must have voltage some point during the process. Also, I do want to note that something kind of weird happened when I put the call on hold when I had the Western Electric 400D card. When I pushed the hold button, I could hear the music in the receiver until the hold button's released. So that's kind of something interesting that happens. Now, I don't know if that happens on the ITT music on hold card, because I kind of played around with it with mine. I never really got it fully hooked up. Never took the time to do that yet. But I do have a ITT 403 music on hold card, which is also rare as well, I should say. So this was a nice little experiment to see if the 451 KTU would work with the ITT 400E cards. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. Okay, I want to make a correction, maybe a possible correction that you may want to look out. Some KSUs, according to the 401A schematic, some KSUs do use pin 18 for a battery, which is 24 volts DC. I know, like the 450, not 450, the 551s A and B line, the last line jack, which is line 4, is wired that way. If you want it wired the other lines, you do have to convert it, make wiring changes to the bundle. The 551C, all 4 lines are wired with pin 18 with a battery. So it is possible that, I didn't meter it with the line card in use. I just metered it with the line card off. And I don't know if that just makes a difference or not. I didn't want to take a chance of damaging my music on the hold card ITT, because it does have, ITT uses pin 18 for a battery. My KSU is a 501, and I believe they are daisy chained on the second punchdown block. A battery is, but I just don't know if it was daisy chained on line 1 or not. I guess I just meter it and just take a look, But I do want to make you aware that there is a possibility that there is live voltage on pin 18 if KSU is wired for that. So just be careful, because usually that is wired for the manual intercom line circuit.